Well, we were just talking about how the podcast setup is in disarray because we brought it back from our little showroom. Mm-hmm. Lays, do you have any highlights from the showroom?
There's a few. I think we had a lot of visitors.
That's right.
From honestly all over. We had somebody here he's based in Santa Cruz now, but Czech Republic.
That's right.
Somebody from New Mexico. Somebody from actually multiple people from Florida. And one of those people included Bart Miller, who, when we announced the showroom on Instagram and social, he, without any question, went on and
Or spousal approval.
Bought a plane ticket and flew out here for a week.
It was really, truly going above and beyond. When we opened our showroom for a local audience, we did not expect national travel.
Talk about dedication. So that was pretty cool. But I think my overall takeaway from it was it's kind of like having an open house and inviting the neighbors over in a way. And obviously we just launched the new board, the XR Classic, and to provide the public with an opportunity to come and ride it, but also experience just the team hanging out in the front of the building, which is normally blank, it's empty, and the doors are closed. So it's for me, it was just such a cool experience to provide that for not only the employees, but also the public to just there were so many people that were whoa, this looks so cool. Is this always here like this? And I'm no, actually most days you'd walk up and you have to ring the doorbell, and somebody would have to greet you. So I think that was pretty cool. And just it's having people over your house for a few days and just welcome them on in. We had donuts. People brought us cookies. There was even actually somebody from the Netherlands that was on vacation. Right. He was an ambassador to the Dutch embassy in Canada.
Wow.
And he was on holiday driving down the coast, and he's I had no idea you guys were doing this. I own a GT and a Pint, and I saw that Onewheel was right along the highway, so I pulled off. I was that's awesome you did it this week, because normally it was just not like this. So it was really fun.
And because of that, we got a personalized offer to visit the Netherlands from a official dignitary.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Nice. And people got to ride classics, which was cool.
People got to ride classics. And cool also because, right, with classics, there's the straight rail and the recurve rail. And so some people came and they're I know I'm going to get one. I just don't know which one I like better. Personally, I actually prefer the recurve rail if I was to choose one. And I know you like the straight.
I'm a straight rail guy. I think I'm kind of more of just a simple, purist type of one-wheeler. But I will say that a lot of people that tried both boards back to back actually were surprised that they would prefer the recurve rail.
For me, I learned that I like the recurve rail, but I like to hedge the nose up. I like to hedge the nose up 3 clicks and boost my aggressiveness a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm a -2 on the nose.
On straight rails.
Straight rails, but then I go super aggressive so that it picks up really quickly.
One of the other cool things about the showroom and riding the XR Classics is that we had Neil Bennett here. He was doing some testing for some other stuff, and he was here, and a gentleman who had already purchased a recurve rail XR Classic came and was riding it around. He had his board at home, but Neil was right there, and he wanted the feeling of the board to feel more level, it felt too nose down to him. And so Neil went through a custom shaping session with this guy.
Personalized shaping?
Personalized with Neil Bennett. Damn. I think that could be
sounds expensive.
Like an OnlyFans thing that we do, or I don't know, whatever. What's the other one?
Once you subscribe.
Yeah, personalized Neil Bennett shaping, because this guy got dialed. And I was just watching, and so I kind of stole the settings. But I know now. Well, actually, I think I forgot exactly what it was. But
it's like when they heat up your snowboard boots and they
put your feet. that is what happened. So it was very cool.
Kyle, which one is your preferred rail?
I like the straight rail.
Straight rail.
Yeah, because to me the whole story on that thing is it's classic. You know, it's going back in time. I like the wood. I like the straight rail. Boom. Keep it simple.
The wood foot pads are the best.
So good.
Possibly the best.
I'm so glad we did that.
That was rad too, as the entire factory team was there. So like, and they were testing midday.
Yeah.
So like you had people from the public showing up to test the new boards, or honestly testing all, or like riding all boards back to back.
Sure.
We had on do XR Classic versus GT versus GTS. And then like, meanwhile, the Silvas are like fully padded up going off to do some firmware testing. And then Neil's doing shapings for people. Bodie is greeting. Tyler's hanging out. It's like, it was kind of.
And then Bart came.
And then Bart came.
And he was like, Bart was in tears or on the verge of them when he approached, because he was just looking at, he's like, this is just the one wheel world that I dream of, basically. You know,
A true pilgrimage.
Yeah.
he really did make a pilgrimage.
That's cool. It was really cool to meet him. I hadn't met him in person before. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bart is a dynamic character. If any of you guys don't know Bart Miller, he's just a special guy. He's a real linchpin in the world of one wheel.
Yeah.
And a spark. I would say a spark plug.
He's a spark of joy to most people. I think like it's very unique. He sends us messages every once in a while telling, like he'll tell me how proud of me he is and random stuff. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Well, like 4 Race the Rails ago or 5, when I met Bart for the first time, he asked for my cell phone number and I gave it to him, and I said, you know, I'm probably not going to get back to you all the time if you text me all the time about one wheel stuff. And he's like, I will never text you about one wheel stuff. I will only send you personal messages. And that's pretty much true. Pretty much just like, you get these amazing, like, good morning, Jack. You're freaking, like great inspirational, motivational stuff from Bart. So,
Kyle, you getting blasted by the sun over there?
Yeah, that's my brief technical question. I'm like living in the light over here.
We can make an adjustment. There's no.
I mean, it's good as long as you guys
You look nicely lit. And we are back. Lighting improved.
It's amazing that black foam core boards are the exact shape of our windows in this studio.
That is incredible.
They really thought it all out.
So, Showroom, that was awesome.
was great.
XR Classics, getting out in the world. People love them. No surprise, it is that classic feel with all of the new power. I don't know if you guys have hopped on an actual XR in a while, but those things are not that powerful when you compare them to what we got now. So,
Made a few upgrades over the last several years.
Yeah.
But that was a fun launch. It feels like, we got to do some fun stuff. Go hang out with the goats.
Yeah.
That was a good shoot day.
Totally.
How many hours did we spend in that goat field?
Not that long.
It was like a couple hours looking at goats, trying to figure out if it was going to work. I think we got a goat shot, and then
I don't know if we can cut to the goat shot, but in the little launch ad thing, video thing, we threw a goat in there.
Yeah, just talk to the producer. Tell him to run the goat clip.
Run the goat clip.
We're bringing back the goat.
Yeah, well, big shout out to that goat also for being so kind and giving us that look.
it was a funny thing to have to seek out. Luckily, there's a goat farm
There's a
a
goat.
half hour up the road, and when we asked that lady who worked at the shop, she was like, "Oh, they love being on camera. Like, you want to hold one? Like, what do you want to do?"
She's used to it.
Yeah, it was cool. I have a question for both of you.
Oh, bring it on.
Relation to XR Classic. Jack, what is your favorite thing about the XR Classic?
My favorite thing about the XR Classic, I like GT power, a little bit less weight, I would say. I mean, it just feels like, I've said this a lot, it just feels like normal one wheel, It's like the one wheel I was born and raised on. I mean, I don't know if that counts as a favorite thing.
I would see that as a positive,
Yeah.
being as that you've ridden one wheels for 10 years now.
It feels like home.
Yeah. Kyle?
Favorite thing?
Yeah.
It just feels like cruisy. Like, GT, I feel like I'm supposed to point it and go. And Pint feels so, I don't know, maneuverable and stuff that it's it is actually really good for going places. Like Pine X, I actually love the feeling of riding around town on Pine X, but it's just like a little more confident, I would say, than the various Pines. And of course for me, it's just nostalgic, right? Cause like all that geometry and like the ride height and like that was kind of what I originally, did in the early Onewheels, right? Cause it felt good to me at the time. And so to kind of bring that back, and introduce it to a whole new generation of riders is pretty cool.
I was gonna say, did you ever expect to be doing Onewheels long enough where you could introduce a
throwback? I think it's awesome. No, I never really thought about that. But now that we get a chance to do that, like I think it's so big, of course, in like the car world, right?
Yeah.
Throwbacks to all kinds of favorite brands from the days of yore and reimagining them and updating them. And so, it's super cool to be able to do that with Classic.
And now there's young children who will grow up in the XR Classic days. They would have never ridden an XR, much less a Plus.
What will those things be to them?
It's just the standard
museum pieces.
Just the museum pieces. So I don't know when this is going out, and that period is significant because between the time of Thanksgiving and the Monday following, we typically do a sale. And it's typically the only sale of the year. And just for anyone listening, Kyle, if you were a consumer, what do you think is the spiciest sale offering for this year's Black Friday?
There's a lot of spice in there.
Yeah.
GT at $500 off.
Yeah.
Very spicy. Rally recurve $350 off.
Well, you can't take them
jump
all.
Up jump up to the high end.
He's gonna just go down the list.
It's my podcast.
Then you have.
Say whatever I want.
Then you have. Continue.
Anyway, there's a lot of great deals. I want to go through all of them, but get Laser's pick.
Oh, okay. I'll get you. Okay, what's your pick? Because he stole all the good ones.
Well, I was gonna say GT because that is actually insane.
Yeah. It is insane.
Like it's. That makes it cheaper than the XR Classic.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me. Like that's so wild. Pine's been pretty cheap for a while, and to even go down to 700 is
Pine's like 700 is nuts.
That's like
$24.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At this point in time, I think a lot of people will be like, well, what is the point for a board that small? And like, I'm a huge Pine advocate. I am.
Pine.
Tell
them about your organization.
Central Californians for Pine. Yeah. You could
registered 501c something.
Soon enough, we will be a 501. But I think it's just like it's the lowest barrier to get into one-wheeling.
Sure.
And it's also like if you want to dip your toes into the world of one-wheel and just have it around. Like still 6 to 8 miles is enough to go to, for most people that live in like a city or small town, to go to the shop, to come back. It's the form factor is insanely small. It's to me the most balanced board because it's the lightest and like literally like when you like try to balance it, the tail like slowly goes down. So to me, it's got a nice ride feel. And for $700, like
if you're a young person, it's starting to get into that range.
It's starting to get into
really
that range.
nag the parents.
Yeah.
Or consider buying 2 of them so that you can ride.
Oh, there you go.
With your family member.
Oh, I thought you were going to say with your dog.
That's what I would do.
Never mind.
With your dog?
Yeah.
Well, it's a great pet gift.
Dogs are taking over.
It's a great pet gift.
Yeah.
Speaking of dogs, how insane is that a dog, like dogs can ride one wheel so well.
Yeah. They're really, it's like how we're worried about AI taking over,
Some dogs, but like all the demos I've given to humans, it's like
that one dog.
When people are like, I don't think I could do this, I'm like, look, I'm not putting you down. I'm just saying like, there are dogs that ride these things. You can do this.
Laser, that's when his New Jersey comes out. Like I look over at the demo. He's like, there's dogs that ride this thing better than you.
Do people find that motivating?
I'm sorry.
Get back up. No, I'm very encouraging.
Oh, man.
I love going down.
Okay, but we're talking about deals.
Yeah, so I had
Jack, what's your favorite deal?
I had one piece of breaking news.
Okay, breaking news.
because I was talking with operations earlier today.
Oh.
Because we're filming like a little breakdown on the deals so people know what the stuff is, right? And I was asking, because we got 25% off on accessories. And I was asking, does that apply to S-Series motors? The Pine S-Series motor and the GT S-Series motor, which are high ticket items, right? A 25% discount would be very significant.
Be bonkers.
It would be insane, some would say. And operations told me that Kyle didn't want to do 25% off on motors and batteries.
Why not?
Because
Are you kidding
it's
me?
clinically insane.
It's a true statement.
But I think I convinced operations to secretly go on the website and make just the motors 25% off, but not the batteries. So I will now go ahead, if this makes the cut, and say GTS Series motor 25% off in my XR Classic. That is my Black Friday move. Put me down for one.
I mean,
What says
it's
you?
a smart move. Frankly, it's a smart move.
And do you think 25% off can be done on the motors?
I mean, I think it's happening. I'm looking the other way, but I think it's happening.
What else can we get, Kyle?
So I think that might be the single best deal maybe on Black Friday.
I mean, if you have a GT, if you just got a XR Classic, that's what
Why-
you're looking
why
at,
not?
unless you're
At
looking for a
25%
board
off.
for somebody else.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Dang.
Some other boards, Pine S, Pine X,
What is the
Deals.
Pine S is $100 off.
Yeah.
And now this is the thing.
1,300.
Pine S, here's the beautiful thing about Pine S. We basically took Pint X, which existed at $1,500. This year, if you haven't noticed, we have renovated our entire product line. This was the grand plan, to renovate the product line, make everything better and cheaper and more awesome. That's basically what we've gone about doing.
Our secret plan to make everything better, cheaper, and more
Our
awesome.
evil scheme. So what we did to do this was we took Pine X, we gave it all of the best accessories from the factory already installed, including the badass tire, the wide pads, and the Mag Handle Pro. Then we completely renovated the firmware to make it super bleep awesome.
It does feel good.
And then we decreased the price $100. That is basically what your Pint S is. It is a banging deal. And then Pint S is $100 off
Yep.
on top of that.
1,300 out the door on that
So
thing.
that is a really, I mean, like basically at the mid level, you're looking at getting an XR Classic and you're looking at getting a Pine S. $1,300 for Pine S. I don't know.
But
That's a pretty serious. that's
what
pretty-
Pine X is,
I don't know. What,
$1,000.
that's
Jeez
okay.
Louise.
That actually
$1,000
might even be more insane than
Well, I
Pine.
know that's maybe the best deal on the whole thing.
Wow.
That might be
Pine
the
X
best.
at $1,000.
Yeah. Because then if accessories are 25% off, maybe you throw some wide foot pads on
There's
there.
some bundles. You could look at some bundles. The
You know,
bundle
bundles.
savings are up to, that's when you get into the up tos. There's like up to 700 on GT, I think.
Yeah, the bundle savings stack on the board savings. So if you're saving $500, you're still saving like the normal amount on the bundle. On top of that, it's like the regular bundle savings plus the special Black Friday board savings. So it ends up adding up.
Yeah, so if you're looking to get kitted, this is the time.
It's
Tell
funny.
your cousin.
It's funny because I will say every year is like now's the time, right? It's the sale that we do, but like I'm pretty sure since I started, this is the best. Like this is the best sale we've ever had.
You were surprised when we.
I was
looked at the data.
when you sent me the little thing. I was like, wait, what?
Well, that's because
And the boards are new and like awesome.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
boards are new and awesome.
Like on up to like Rally Edition. Like we only came out with that thing. You
totally.
know,
That's
year.
my
That
my
thing is
favorite part
awesome.
about just right now in general is like basically I don't really own a one wheel. I just take whatever one wheels are here with me over the weekend. That's basically what I do. And
That's where they all
now,
go.
what's that?
That's where they all go.
It's created certain other problems, but we'll
Hey,
go over that later,
Oh,
Jack.
where'd my Studio Pine X go?
Listen, I'm not responsible. That was not me.
I was doing a photo shoot.
But the great thing now is that any board you take, you're stoked when you get home for the weekend. You're like, oh, I got a freaking Pine X. No worries. This thing with the new firmware, this thing rips. Oh, I got a Pine S. I got wider foot. I got the tire.
That's higher.
Then now I've been taking home XR Classics, and like, of course, if you feel the need, you can grab a GTS series and just be Superman. So
You talked about the those nice blue logo motors.
Yeah.
That being your pick. But the other like high end stuff like FST, good time to get on FST,
right.
25% off that. Big savings.
Right.
Or the
carbon fenders. Yeah. Flared.
Yeah.
All those things. Those are probably the biggest upgrades.
Yeah. I promise I wouldn't ask this, but we've done so many things. I don't know what there's left to do next year, but I guess we'll worry about that later.
Take the rest of the year off.
That sounds great. Let's do it. Jesse Driftwood sent me a text after the last motor release and was like, "You guys like pump the brakes. There's too much. There's too much stuff coming out.
Slow down."
It's been a lot. How do we how do we do all that? What's the workflow like?
Everything all at once. Pretty much.
I would say, yeah. I mean, we're the marketing team, but it's pretty amazing, like seeing how many products we could put out in such a short amount of time. And then also beyond that is like the changes in modularity and like the website and everything that you could go register your wheel at, and like all the parts.
Hop in it, yeah.
I mean, that all happened this year as well.
Do you know, are parts all on sale or no?
Some of them are.
Okay.
Yeah, not all of them, but check them out.
We're not. You know, you're not going to get gaskets at a discount. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, they're pretty cheap, but I think that is something we probably could push more of, is like a lot of people that maybe don't pay attention to our everyday is like, oh, I still can't fix my Onewheel. And it's like, dude, we have literally controller modules, motors, batteries, gaskets, LED light, like the freaking everything you could actually need. I photographed it all. It's all there on the website.
A zillion things.
If you need something for your Onewheel, go to onewheel.com, check it out, check the parts out. It's pretty rad.
We got you totally covered.
It's a beautiful world.
With that being established, let's now transition to our favorite Thanksgiving sides. Lays, why don't you go first on this one?
Okay, I am definitely I'm a mashed potato guy.
Sure.
Big mashed potato. It used to be cranberry sauce when I was younger. You know, I think I kind of got away from that.
You have a bit of acidity to you.
But like a nice like buttery mashed potato.
Sure.
Because I'm the guy that like mixes it all together.
Yeah.
I think I heard some crazy thing like Joe was saying. He like eats each thing individually. Don't mean to call Joe out, but I heard that.
Psychotic.
Crazy, dude. It's like
that's weird considering he's really not organized. Actually, like I would have assumed you would be that guy and he would be the mash. All right, Kyle, what are you?
I'm big on mushroom gravy.
Ooh,
so
nice.
we got like a favorite recipe. Gonna make some of that tomorrow. So yeah,
fantastic.
Goes on everything. Just makes everything taste better.
What kind of stuffing do you guys rock over in the household? Do you do a stuffing?
Yeah, sourdough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Wait, do you put mushrooms? Like I'm looking at a stuffing recipe that's lots of mushrooms, bread, like some green apple. And
oh yeah, you gotta
like
have green apple for sure.
Cranberries.
Some maybe some nuts, like some walnuts.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff's good.
Sounds like Kyle and I are whipping up a Sillmore stuffing. I might also do a cornbread and sausage stuffing in addition. Might go 2 stuffings. Stuffing is my favorite. I like stuffing. I don't know why people don't make stuffing during the rest of the year. You know,
it's dense. It's a good dense meal.
And we haven't even talked about Brussels sprouts. So like little known fact about Onewheel headquarters, basically all our neighbors are Brussels sprout farmers.
Is that right?
We're like out here on the edge of Santa Cruz, like the far edge of town.
Right.
And it's just like Brussels sprout farms as you head north.
Just a brief ride away.
I bet he's financially incentivized to be pushing Brussels sprouts right now.
Just a short
Have you seen the kind of cars those guys drive?
That's
nicer than my car.
Ford F-350s, probably all of them.
It's actually really cool because when I moved here, that's like where I started going biking and stuff. And you don't really have that in Texas or New Jersey where you could just like be on the cliffs of the the ocean and be by a giant, like, I didn't even know what they were. I was like, what are these Brussels sprouts? Oh, shoot.
I thought it was kale out there.
No, Brussels sprouts. This is peak season.
Wow. Okay.
Started like a week or two ago and goes through the end of the year.
Probably go pluck
cash
crop.
Cash crop.
They would never know.
Yeah, I'm just waiting until we could like start our own little sustainable farming section.
The soil's got to be good. We have that dirt out back. That's right. And we used to be the Wrigley was by that like processing plant, right?
Yeah, Brussels sprout packing plant was our neighbor over there.
That's right.
We should come out with some Brussels sprout railguards.
That'd be pretty hot.
I mean, we also have artichokes nearby.
I do love this cup too. I don't know if you can see that, viewers at home. The electric turkey. We used to be all in on the electric turkey. We had like electric turkey merch and stuff.
We sell almost everything. Like almost everything that we have, we sell. Right? But the two coolest things that we make, aside from the Onewheels, we don't sell. And it's one, the Future is Rad mug or the electric turkey mug. And number two, the newly made sun shirts for the event team. I
don't have one of those.
I know where the box is.
I'm good.
I bet you don't have one of those either.
I need one.
Put me on the list. I don't want to hear your. Actually, I should not have brought this up.
No, I know. I'm way too particular. I've been on a sun shirt hunt for the last like 5 years of my life.
You're insane.
For the perfect sun shirt. So I have like it's like a high, like it's like coffee. It's like.
We can't listen to Adam talk about sun shirts. Actually, I made a huge mistake. Sorry for leading us there.
But we should sell coffee mugs.
Yeah, we should.
If you think we should sell some coffee mugs, put it in the comments below.
We'll send someone who listens this far into this podcast a one-of-one Futures Rad coffee mug. It might be slightly used, but we'll wash it because I don't know if we have any clean ones left. But that's
maybe you get like a little autograph on it. We could get the whole team to put a little smiley face or something.
That'll work. Comment
Brussels sprout,
and we'll arguably send you. We'll pick someone and send them a coffee mug. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's been a pretty epic year.
Dude, you didn't even mention
what
our latest apparel release.
The Christmas sweater.
The freaking Christmas sweater.
We were all supposed to be wearing that.
Should I get that? Should I get it?
I think it is around here. Yeah. Because the Christmas sweater. This might actually be the best deal of all the deals. I sent operations a incredulous text message when I saw that he was trying to price the Christmas sweater at something ridiculous like $55. I think it's $60 because I told him that $55 is clinically insane for a knitted sweater of this magnitude.
And also on markdown.
And also discounted.
Discounted.
You can't charge $50 for this thing and then discount it by 25%.
It's crazy.
I could tell you this is high quality sweater material.
I mean, I know it's not, but I swear it feels like alpaca. It is a really cool sweater.
No.
I mean,
so you got Santa or just a wannabe Santa shredding on a Onewheel
with goggles.
Shred the halls. Olo goes everywhere.
And the backstory is that our video editor Rylan wears the craziest stuff every day to work. He has like truly a one-of-one sense of style. It cannot be imitated.
A lot of remixed items in there.
Big colors. He makes the Christmas sweater every year because only he has this boundless imagination.
And you also missed the giant yellow back high vis part.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know how that fits in.
It's the same logo that's on the bumpers.
Whoa,
that's right. Yeah, a lot of color blocking. Very, very in this season. Last year, the Christmas sweaters did sell out completely. We sold completely out of Christmas sweaters, probably because they were priced egregiously low. But they're still priced egregiously low.
I keep wondering about it more as like a technical garment, for wearing during one-wheeling. Like, what are the what's the layering approach?
We should do some padded jackets.
It's kind of like a hockey sweater,
Yeah.
You've always had a fascination for technical garments.
I do love me some technical garments, but
if we wiped your responsibilities for like, let's say 6 months and you got to design a technical garment for Onewheeling, what would you like? Obviously you don't know exactly the finished product right now, but what would you start your hunt with?
Yeah, I mean, something like an armored hoodie would be classic, right? Like D3O or whatever padding and the elbows and like back and probably like a wind stopper layer in there and something kind of stealth on the outside so you can't tell it's technical, but maybe some, retroreflective blacked out stuff on the back and all that.
That sounds great. My thing is like you need like a phone or key holder that's not on your front hip, but you don't know if they're regular or goofy, so you have to have it on both sides, right? Kind of thing. Like I kind of want to hold my phone or my keys like in this, or I guess like, I don't know, just you don't want it over here.
Like a hip pocket on your shirt.
Your back hip.
Your back hip.
Yeah.
Could be done.
Well, we could just start, since we already fired all of our bullets this year, we can just start making our technical hoodie for next year. Well, cool. I mean, what else do we got? Should we wrap up?
We could, yeah.
What else do people need to know?
I can consult my list here, but I feel like we hit on the major things. We hit on the
We didn't talk about Goku. We didn't even talk about Goku. Did you see our Instagram post today? You probably made our Instagram post. Goku flying down a trail.
I have seen it.
The closest thing to one-wheeling.
When he's going down the trail section, it does look surprisingly like what it's like to one-wheel, I will say.
I saw that clip and it blew my mind.
I will say this. A lot of people don't believe when I tell this. Kyle sees more of your Instagram posts than basically anybody else on the marketing team. That includes Joey, who's paid full-time to monitor social media. Kyle texts me and Joey one-wheel Instagram clips. Like, not an obnoxious amount, but enough where you're like, this guy's really paying attention.
Did you see this? Did you see this?
Most of that comes from Kyle and then to me and then to Joey. So keep posting your clips and tag him Onewheel.
I probably saw it.
Kyle definitely saw it. We've been debating whether we should do like a Kyle's favorite clips of the week segment or something. But
that would actually be pretty cool.
They definitely get noticed by this guy. Cool. Final holiday thoughts?
Oh, here we go. I got
your interview?
The final.
Maybe we save your
No,
interview.
I think we're not there yet. We still got a month.
That's true.
Kyle, what are you thankful for?
Oh, wow. Good question.
It is the spirit of the season.
Thankful for family and just a wonderful place to live and, the ability to build rad that puts smiles on people's faces.
Wow.
I'm thankful.
Dang.
Jack.
Me? Let's see here. I'm really thankful. This is a little bit selfish, but I'm really thankful that we have this really cool space that we get to create all these videos and podcasts like this in, because if we think back, 5 years ago, we were like in a teeny tiny little room using some flashlights to light our product photos that we were shooting on the back of a reversed map that was a white surface. And now we
didn't even have AI to help us.
We didn't even have
AI.
And it's very cool to have this big space. But past that, I am thankful for the fact that there's just so many people that care so passionately about what we do every day, because we could be just making widgets, and no one would care, good, bad, or otherwise. But there's all of you that love this stuff, and that makes it fun. So, yeah,
that's not selfish at all.
Well, the second part was
this studio is a little selfish.
Totally.
I know you really were going to say you're thankful for the balloon legs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Oregon Ducks being number one.
Yeah, of course that too.
You're up.
I'm definitely, I think it's like the same thing every day, to be honest. I'm thankful to have the life that I have, to work at a place that really doesn't feel like work, you know, and to work with such rad people, because it's a very, like, I feel very lucky to have this and to be here, you know. Like, talk to some homies back in New Jersey, and they're just like, complain about their jobs and complain about stuff. And I'm like, wow, I love what I do. I love the people that I work with. And and it couldn't be in more of a beautiful place. So I'm very thankful to like have this opportunity in this time in my life. And just like, yeah, walking into like a studio like this, to have this and be able to have like creative freedom and stuff like that is like something I never could have imagined. So it's honestly like, I ride my bike up West Cliff every day, and I'm like super grateful for just like this, because it's almost like a dream every single day.
Amen.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, you're a one-wheeler, two-wheeler kind of crossover athlete.
What do they call it? Hybrid athlete.
A hybrid athlete. Yeah.
You really are.
You know, I'm on the fight for one wheel with the two wheelers, but at the same time, I think it's really, really important to do more than just one wheel.
Yeah.
So it's like both. I'm the middle ground.
I totally agree.
Yeah. It's a unique one. Like, I don't know, I could go into a whole podcast about bikers and one wheels. And
Well, it's funny because no one's more critical of bikers than Adam.
oh, I'm so critical.
Adam,
I mean, you've been in the car with me.
Yeah, I mean, bikers are great, and like, you know, most of us are bikers, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a fascinating crossover. You know,
I
it's
just
like
want to be clear, I am not a biker.
Jack's not a biker, but that's a whole other podcast. But yeah, I had to press pause on various videos you made trashing on bikes, because I'm like, come on, man.
There's only one video, and I stand by everything I said.
Yeah, that's
We can link
crazy.
it below.
That's one thing that I actually like, I've thought of but never really thought of, is you used to design bikes.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like, you know, sometimes I think most people think the one wheel is like very unique, and it was cool. I went to a cyclocross race not too long ago, brought the one wheel van, brought a bunch of wheels, and all my friends were like, I want to ride this thing. I want to get to know how this feels like. And they just fell in love with it. So I had all these like the equivalent of like a very, very into it one wheeler as bikers. Like, these are people that are spending $12,000 on their bikes. They're going to every race in the area. They go, they camp, they bring their families, their kids are racing, and they were just loving the wheel. There was this one kid there that, well, I guess he's not a kid, teenager. He's like under 23. He's on Santa Cruz bikes, like cross country team. And he just like kept coming up to the van. He's like, can I ride the one wheel? Can I ride the one wheel? And I was like, I got him.
The wheel addiction is super real.
Yeah.
If you haven't ridden it and you get the bug, I mean, it's like.
So it's
cool.
always interesting, but it's like, yeah, whether it's one wheel or two wheel, it's great. Wheels are great.
Yeah, I love I mean, there's a lot of overlap there, right? And then now we're going into like snowboarding season. And the thing that always gets to me is like, how come every single snowboarder isn't a one wheeler? Like, if you know any snowboarders, make sure they know about one wheel. That's your mission, YouTube.
There you go.
Because it's
true.
like,
Yeah.
it's this, you know, the same feeling, the same stoke, right? And, you know, a lot of people get fired up about snowboarding, which is awesome. And,
Yeah.
what do they do the rest of the year? I don't even know.
Yeah, and one wheeling is way cheaper in the long run.
It is way cheaper on a dollars per turn, you know, standpoint. It definitely is. Trying to go Telluride this year. Never been.
Really?
Snowboarding, yeah. But it's not going to be cheap. I'm better off, you know,
You're
save
better
$500 and get myself a GT.
You get that GTS motor with the Classic, dude.
Yeah, I would be there.
You could have that all year round instead of just a week.
That's true. And hopefully the snow's good.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks, guys.
Gotta get my holiday sweater now.
Yeah.
It's
Ready?
nice. It's nice and toasty.
Break.